Okay, guys. Now within the global account, so we have a development system. In the same system, we have configured your CTMS as your central system here. Okay. Now from your CTMS, you should be able to connect to your development system. And from the CTMS, you should be able to connect to your production system. The transport management system should be able to connect to both the accounts. So when I click on the development, so we need to collect the information for creating your for creating your development destination. We need to collect the information for that. Right? Okay. Just click on development sub account. Just come down. So within this development sub account, we require the organization name. So copy this, Control C. Just go to new tab. Development sub account. Connection details. Or development sub account. Destination. SSEO event details. Organization. Watch. Organization is development-org space is dev-space and your API endpoint. So API endpoint is this. Okay. No. So let me go to this is transport management service, and this is your dev destination. Now the URL format is this for dev destination. I'll copy this URL and paste it at the bottom. So for creating the development destination, we require this prefix as HTTPS deploy-service. Now this cloudfoundry.us-001, this you have to take from your API endpoint. So this is from this point to this point, right? This one and this one should match. Because if it is not US, it may be EU, Europe, and you have to see according to your endpoint and copy this from CF to .com. You need to copy and paste it here. After that, SL prod is fine. Now here we need to give your org name. So this is your dev-org name. And the space. So org name hyphen space. The space is dev-space. Control C and Control V /SLP. So this is a URL address to be given to connect to your server. Now, let me go to the CTMS. Within the CTMS, I'll go for connectivity. Within the connectivity, destinations, because your transport management should be able to connect to the development system, development sub-account. So click on create destination, and the destination name is development underscore sub-account, or I can give it as development destination. Type is HTTP. Copy the same name here as a description. And the URL to connect to the development sub-account is this. So copy and paste it here. Now proxy type, make it as internet, fine. And authentication, make it as basic authentication. And just come down the username. This is @gmail.com. And so just give the basic authentication of your user, sub-account user. Now click on save. And you need to test the destination, whether your TMS, right? So your TMS is able to reach this particular development sub-account or not. So now click on connection test. Now connection to the development destination is being established, and the return code should be 200, right? This should be 200. Now click on OK. Now I need to connect to the production environment now. So this is one tenant which I'm using. So when I go to this, so okay, this is my development sub account there. So development account, we have connected to that. Next, we need to connect to your production sub account. So for that, let me go for incognito window. BTP log account.hana.ondemand.com. Go to sign in. So this one is this. So I'll just sign out. So I'll try to use a different tenant now and different account itself. So instead of Ravi.Punadi, I'll just log in with bw_Ravi@yahoo.com and click on continue. Log into a different account, which will have a different tenant. Trial home. So we have one sales sub account, and I'm using a user is bw_Ravi@yahoo.com. Fine. And when I go to the sub account, sales sub account 00. And in order to reach this particular sub account, So I require this organization name, right? So this org name, this is a production sub account details. Then organization is this, and the space for this, I'll take it as prod hyphen space. So organization is this one, and the space is this. And if I see the API endpoint, it is the same API endpoint. This is AWS VA, right? Okay. Now, in order to generate the URL for the production, what I need to do is paste it. Deploy-service.cf cloud28.us10.0 hana.ondemand.com, then SPL prot is fine. Now here I need to change the production organization name, that is sales org 00, and the space for this is prod hyphen space. Okay, so this is a URL for the system. So what we need to do is we need to create another destination. Where is this? So we need to create one more destination from your CTMS. We need to, from your CTMS, we need to reach your production sub account also. For this, we'll create a destination here. We need to create a destination for this. So for creating a destination for production, click on create destination, make it as production underscore destination. Now the URL, I'll paste it here. Description, I can make it same. Authentication is basic authentication. And in order to log on into this particular production one, the username is bw underscore Ravi @ yahoo.com. Okay, I'll give the username and password for logging into this particular sub account. Now save it and click on check connection. Yes. So this CTMS is able to connect to your development sub account as well as production sub account. Fine. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll go to your development sub account. In this sub account, so we have your cloud integration suite application and content agent service application installed in your development. That is, so within the development, we have got cloud integration suite and content agent service application running. So now in order to run this content agent service, you can right click, go to open in a new Cognito window, We have assigned the roles related to that. So when you're transporting from the data from your development, so because we have development integration suite application where we create one package, and this package has to be transported to your production. So for that, this particular package has to be um, given to your content agent service. This collects this particular package and submits to your transport management server, TMS server. So we need to create here one connection for your content agent service and your TMS, because so this particular cloud integration suite should be able to connect to your content agent service as well as your TMS in order to send this particular package to this. So content agent overview. So still we are not able to get any overview, no data for this. Then content resources, then cloud transport management is not yet connected. The status is still not yet connected. So once we configure, so then this all particular uh, templates will keep working in. Fine. Now, first thing what we need to do is let's go to your development sub account. Within this, let's create one destination for content agent service. But for logging into this particular content agent service, we require a username and password. For that, we need to create a content agent service instance has to be created. So let's click on create. So now here content agent service is already created and the key is also generated. That's good. Then we are good to go for your destination for content agent service. So development one, let's go to destination within the connectivity destination. Now, so last time TMS, this one development and production, we have created under TMS sub account, right? Now this we are creating a destination under your development. Click on create new destination, but we did not collect all the details. So what I should do, go to instance and subscription. Now within the content agent service standard, now click on the key, copy JSON. I'll create a new tab, and this is your content agent service key. Okay, this is a content agent service key. Fine. Just close it. Because the username password, that is your client ID and your client secret. So these two are required for your login to your destination. So let's go to your destination now. Click on create destination. And the destination name for your client content agent service should be content assembly service. So this name is fixed. So this one should be there, and I'll copy these three details. This is important for us. So destination name should be content assembly service, and your URL should be HTTPS content agent assembly. Then after that, normally you can take it from this one, CF app is right. So here, content agent. So this particular URL, you need to copy this content agent assembly .cf us10.honor.sap.com. This is the URL for that, right? Okay. So here, vendor SAP. Okay, so we got your content agent assembly dot this. So let me copy this. And for authentication service, so you have to take this as this is your authentication URL. Control C. After this, you need to add up your token name here. Okay. And for this, you want a user ID. So copy this user ID from here and client secret. This is the client secret. Fine. The destination name for content agent service will be content assembly service. Let me go to the destination. Create as content agent, content assembly service. Description also keep it same. And the URL, I'll just keep this. Make it as internet and authentication. Make it as OAuth to client credentials. Client ID. Client ID. Copy from here. Client secret. It's a dedicated token and token service URL. Development dot hyphen the space. Done. So let me refer to the template. So no other extra features. That is fine. Now click on save. Once done, click on check connection. Connection to this particular content assembly service is established. Response returned is 401 unauthorized. Fine. So 401 for your OAuth is fine. Now click on close. So one connection is successfully created for your content agent service. Next, we need to connect to your transport management system, TMS. So before the TMS, what you need to do is we should have a node, right? That is your development node is required for that. So for that, what we need to do is we need to create your transport atmosphere. So let's go to your transport management. Click on refresh one time. Sounds good. Now go to landscape wizard. I just make it to 75%. Okay. Now we have two node landscape, development and production only. Then click on next. Now node 1 and node 2. This is your dev node. and this is your prod node. Description, I'll give it as dev node, and this is your prod node. Allow upload to node, upload files. You can do it to a node, fine. Then forward mode, keep it as auto. Content type, make it as multi-target application for both development and production. They should accept multi-target applications. And here the destination is development destination. And in this, it is production destination. All right. The route name, it is route underscore node 1, node 2. So route development underscore prod. Route is for development to prod. So route, I'll give it as R capital. Route development to prod. Then click on next. So landscape is successfully generated. Right. Go to the summary. Done. Now go to your landscape visualization. Now this is your dev node and this is your prod node. So if you have quality, then dev to quality, from quality to production, normally we'll be having up. Fine. Okay. That is a setup which you need to do within your cloud transport management. Once this is completed, then next what we need to do is from the development system, we need to connect to this because we need to, because from the development system, your content agent should be able to send this particular package to your CTMS, right? It has to put into CTMS. From there, it should be shifting it to your production there. So let's connect it to your development node now using your destination. So here, let me log in into the development. Within this, I'll go for destination. And for the, they should be able to connect to your TMS there, right? So we should require a username password for that. So what we'll do is we need to ensure that your TMS has got your OAuth authentication username and password. So let's me go to your CTMS and instance and subscription. And within this cloud transport management system, so I should get some instance of your CTMS to get your OAuth details. So let me click on create. Go for transport, cloud transport management. The plan is standard. Then runtime environment, we'll take it as, okay, this requires an runtime environment here. So we need to enable your, so we need to enable your Cloud Foundry. So let's go to Cloud Foundry now. You need to take up the Cloud Foundry. So your trial, instance, or let me go to CTMS. Enable Cloud Foundry. Trial instance name is CTMS hyphen instance. The organization is CTMS hyphen org. This is your click on create. So there is no memory allocation to this particular CTMS. So what I need to do is we need to go to global account, then entity assignment, select CTMS, click on select, go to edit and type Cloud Foundry. Now Cloud Foundry here plan is not yet assigned, so I'll go for add service plan. Cloud Foundry runtime, and I'm going to assign 2 units to the CTMS. For development, I assign 2 units. So for CTMS, I need to add 2 units here. So once it is done, so now when I go to the CTMS, I can see that your Cloud Foundry is having your limit is 2 GB. And let's create one CTMS hyphen space and click on create. Now, for running your Cloud Transport Management Service instance, we require the Cloud Foundry. So now click on create, transport management, cloud transport management. The plan should be standard. And now it is your CTMS space. Instance is CTMS hyphen standard hyphen instance. Next, and click on next and click on create. So once this instance is created, for authentication purpose, we need to get the credentials from this particular instance and create one destination. So the destination will be your transport management service. This is case sensitive. You cannot give any other name. So you need to strictly follow this particular name. Then copy the URI. Then after that, you require this particular authentication URL has to be given. And one extra parameter, that is additional properties, that is your source system ID, has to be specified for this. Okay, let's do it. So once this cloud transport management instance is created, now for this, let's create one service key. CTMS underscore service key. Click on create. So once it is created, right, service key is created. Now this is the service key details. Now you can copy the JSON and paste it inside this one. So this is your transportation instance details. So for transport management, instant details is we need to have this parameters. So name of your destination for transport management service will be this heading. And the URL for this transport service app backend, tscf app us10, then anodondemand.com. Yeah, this is a URI for this. And your authentication. Now we need to take the client ID from here. Client ID is this. The password is client secret. And we require the authentication details. This is the authentication one. Ctms service authentication us.com. So I'll replace this with this /auth/token. Okay, so this is your URL for your generating a token. And source system ID is dev_node. We need to cross verify. In the transportation, did we close it? This is dev_node. So this dev node has to be given as your source system ID. Okay. Fine. Now let's start creating this particular destination. So let me go to your Explorer, Account Explorer. Click on Development. And within the development, I'll go for destinations. In the destination, create a destination. Transport management service. Then URL should be this. Internet and authentication is auth to client authentication. Client ID. Copy this. Secret. Client secret. And token URL is this. So token service user and password not required. And one more thing is here. So this is your source system ID. And the source system ID is dev_node. Because the package has to be sent to the transport node of dev node. And now click on save. Click on check connection. connection to your transport management service is established, and the response is 401, right? Okay. Thanks, everyone. And we'll see other configurations in the next class. Thank you.